Note the signs that will prove to you God has come. When God, your God, comes, when you see the glory and majesty of your God, it will be accompanied by miracles. He comes to save his people and repay the evildoers. Who? Your God. Don't let him get away with this. What I'm going to show you is, the Old Testament says that Yahweh, God, is going to show up. Not a creature, not an agent. Yahweh is going to show up. And when he shows up, he's going to carry out specific miracles. Pay attention. Such as giving sight to the blind, right? Opening the ears of the deaf, loosening the tongue of the mute. Okay? He's going to do specific signs when he shows up. Who? Not an agent, not a creature, but Yahweh himself. Yep. The wilderness, Isaiah 35, 1-6, and the desert will be delighted, and the Arabah will rejoice and flourish. Like the crocus, it will flourish profusely, and rejoice with rejoicing and shout of joy. The glory of Lebanon will be given to it. The majesty of Carmel and Sharon, they will see the glory of Yahweh, the majesty of our God. Did you catch it? Who's going to come? Not an agent, not a prophet, not an angelic creature, right? Strengthen limp hands and give courage to the knees of the stumbling. Say to those with an anxious heart, be strong, fear not. Why? Behold, your God will come with vengeance. Your God will come with vengeance. Okay? The recompense of God will come, but he will save you. So who's coming? Not a human creature or an angelic creature. It says your God is coming. You're going to see the glory of Yahweh. And God will come to reward and repay people. And he'll come to save you. And this is how you know God has showed up. This is how you know God has showed up. What will God do? Watch here. Then the eyes of the blind will be open, and the ears of the deaf will be unstopped. Then the lame will leap like a deer, and the tongue of the mute will shout for joy. For waters will break forth in the wilderness, and streams in the Arabah. Did you catch it? Note the signs that will prove to you God has come. When God, your God, comes, when you see the glory and majesty of your God, it will be accompanied by miracles. He comes to save his people and repay the evildoers. Who? Your God. Don't let him get away with this. He will open the eyes of the blind. He'll open the ears of the deaf. The lame, those who are paralyzed, he will enable them to walk. The tongue and the mute will shout for joy, right? We got the miracles, correct? We see who's coming? All right. Psalm 146. I'm going to read the entire psalm. Okay. Praise Yah, right? Praise Yah, O my soul. I'll praise Yahweh throughout my life. I'll sing praises to my God while I have my being. Do not trust the nobles. Here's a warning. And these recent events with snakes selling you for shekels. Do not trust the nobles. Guys, let me now make it practical. And merely a son of man in whom there is no salvation. His spirit departs, he returns to the earth, and that very day his plans perish. Do not trust in your presidents, in your senators, in your politicians. All right, let's continue. But now here, how does it connect with Jesus the Messiah? How blessed is he whose help is the God of Jacob. How blessed is he whose help is in the God of Jacob, whose hope is in Yahweh his God, who made heaven and earth. Who do you hope in? The one who made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, who keeps truth forever, who does justice for the oppressed, who gives food to the hungry. Yahweh sets the prisoners free. Now watch what Yahweh does. Yahweh opens the eyes of the blind. Yahweh raises up those who are bowed down. If you're oppressed, tyrannized, bullied, he will strengthen you. Yahweh loves the righteous. Yahweh keeps the sojourners. He helps the orphans and the widow. Pay attention to this right here. The widow. But he bends the way of the wicked. He crushes their backs. Yahweh will reign forever. Your God, O Zion, from generation to generation, praise Yah. What does Yahweh do? Open the eyes of the blind. And he cares for the poor, the needy, the oppressed, the orphan, the widow, right? So what does Yahweh do? He sets prisoners free. He opens the blind eyes. Okay, why is this important? How does this prove Jesus is God? Who's going to show up? Not a creature, not a human prophet, messenger, not an angelic creature. Who's going to show up? They will see the glory of Yahweh, the majesty of our God. Our God is coming. Your God is coming. Don't be afraid. He's coming. Your God is coming. I want to hammer this so it can sink in. And then, how do I know God has showed up? Because when Yahweh shows up, he's going to do miracles. Give sight to the blind, open deaf ears, loosen the tongue of the mute so they can speak, and the lame will leap up. Luke 7:11 to 23. Did I do to 23? Let me see. Luke 7:11 to 23. Remember, the lame, the paralytic, will walk and leap like a deer. The blind will see. The deaf will hear. The mute will speak. Okay. Did Jesus do all that? Let's see. When John is in prison, look what he's going to send his disciples to ask. First, let's see. First miracle. Luke 7:11 to 23. It's also found in Matthew 11. If you're in Matthew 11, and you read verses 1 all the way to 15. Just read that entire section. And it happened that soon afterwards, he went to a city called Nain, and his disciples were going along with him, accompanied by a large crowd. Now, as he approached the gate of the city, behold, a dead man was being carried out, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. Now, this is heartbreaking. Her only son that she depended on to take care of her is dead. She's now left at the mercy of strangers and relatives. So this makes it doubly tragic. Only one child, and he dies before her. And a sizable crowd from the city was with her. Now look at our Lord. And when the Lord saw her, he felt compassion for her and said to her, do not cry. And he came up and touched the coffin, and the bearers came to a halt. And he said, young man, I say to you, arise. Then the dead man sat up and began to speak, and Jesus gave him back to his mother. Now watch. Watch you pay attention as we go deep. And fear gripped them all, and they began glorifying God, saying, a great prophet has arisen among us, and God has visited his people. Now, ironically, both statements are true. As a man who's not the Father, he's a prophet. But at the same time, being God in the flesh, he is the God who visits his people. Now, did the crowds realize the import of their words? Did they understand what they're saying? No. By saying God has visited his people, they would have thought God has sent this prophet as a sign that he's with us. You understand how they would have understood it? I want you to see how they would have understood it. This prophet, it proves that God has visited us. God hasn't forgotten us. He sent this prophet. Little did they realize, it wasn't simply God had sent this prophet, but this prophet was God himself who had come to his people. How do I know? This is how I know. And this report concerning him went out all over Judea and all the surrounding district. Remember the miracles that God will do when he shows up. Give sight to the blind, open deaf ears, cause the mute to speak, enable the lame to walk. All right, now let's see. Watch here. And the disciples of John reported to him about all these things. Summoning two of his disciples, John sent them to the Lord, saying, are you the one? Who is the one? The one who's to come. Who is that, Lepanto? Who is the one to come? Let me remind you. The one to come wasn't a mere human prophet or an angelic creature. Let me remind you who was to come. Let's see if you remember. Be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance. The recompense reward of God will come, but he will save you. He is coming. You're going to see the glory of your God, Yahweh. He is coming. He's coming to give sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, hearing to the deaf, speech to the mute, and enable the paralytic to walk and leap. All right. Are you the one to come? Let's see who was supposed to come, right? And what did our Lord do? He didn't say yes or no. He said, let my miracles do the talking. Let my actions prove who I am. Let the miracles confirm to you who I am. Well, what miracles did he do? Are you the one who's to come, or should we look for someone else? When the men came to him, they said, John the Baptist has sent us to you, saying, are you the one who is to come, or should we look for someone else? Watch. At that very time, he cured many of disease, afflictions, and evil spirits, and he granted sight to many who were blind. He doesn't say yes or no. He goes, let my deeds do the talking. My actions will prove beyond any reasonable doubt who I am. Well, what are your deeds? And he answered, said to them, go and report to John what you have seen and heard, what your own eyes see and your ears are hearing. You're hearing the mute speak. You're seeing the blind see and the lame walk. Here. The blind receive sight. The lame walk. The lepers are cleansed. And the deaf hear. The dead are raised up. The poor have the gospel preached to them. Blessed is he who does not take offense at me. Did you see the miracles he did? The one to come is the one who will give the blind sight, cause the lame to walk, enable the deaf to hear, right? But the one to come who does the miracles, let's see if you forgot. The glory of Yahweh, the majesty of God will be seen, our God, because your God will come with vengeance. Your God will come to repay people. Your God will come to save you. And when your God comes, the eyes of the blind will be opened. The ears of death will be unstopped. The lame will leap like a deer, and the tongue of the mute will shout for joy. Did you guys catch it? Or you didn't catch it?